Hey you guys, so I just want to come on here really quickly and make a short video about the topic of fear and how fear has held me back in my life and how it may be holding you back in yours. This is going to be literally like a less than 5 minute video because the last thing I want to do is overcomplicate it, overanalyze it, and not get it posted. So with that being said, I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm not going to do an introduction or anything. The only thing I will say is thanks for coming to my channel, and that if you don't know me, my name is Sabrina and I am a new mom. I have a 3.5-month-old baby boy named Zane. I have a business named Dollhouse Recovery. It's a plastic surgery recovery house in Tijuana, Mexico. And I also just turned 30 years old yesterday. So with that being said, I spent a lot of time reflecting on, the past decade of my life, reflecting on my 20s. And one of the major things that I thought a lot about was fear and how I let fear stop me from reaching my highest potential in life and fulfilling some goals and some dreams of mine. So I felt a calling to talk about fear because I'm sure that that is something that held you back or has held you back at some point. And I just want to talk about it. So if fear is something that you have any experience with and it's something you want to overcome so that you can reach your highest potential in life, then just keep on watching this video and like, comment, and subscribe and all that good stuff that I'm supposed to tell you to do. And yeah, let's get into it. So, like I said, I own a plastic surgery recovery house. I've been doing that for about 4 years now. And I'd be lying if I said we weren't fairly successful in our own right. Our name is Dollhouse Recovery, and we are definitely one of the bigger recovery houses in Tijuana. So, but that does not mean that I didn't let fear hold me back, because I absolutely did. My business could be a lot further along right now than it is, and I could be a lot more successful than I am. Not just speaking of like, oh, my recovery house could be bigger, but like Dollhouse as a brand could be a lot bigger and could have transformed and grown a lot over the years. But it hasn't, because I've been fearful. And I'm going to talk about a couple of the topics that, major overarching topics. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but definitely fear plays a huge role. So I'm going to look at my notes because, girl, I be forgetting stuff. Okay. So first and foremost, living in my comfort zone. So I think it's just like a human trait that we all have a comfort zone in our relationship, in our finances, in our health, in our fitness, in our wellness, and blah, blah, blah. We all have a comfort zone, which is kind of like the equilibrium, like our standard or whatever. And we usually don't fall too below or above our comfort zone. And of course, with growth, you need to get out of your comfort zone. We already know that. So for me, once my business found a little bit of success and I was able to not need to work a job, like an actual job, and I was able to replace my income with self-employment, I was comfortable. I was actually making more than I would have made, about double than what I would have made at just like a regular job. So I was super comfortable. I mean, I am super comfortable. And I didn't really feel the need to do anything more than that. Even though I had a desire and I knew how to be bigger and better and make more money and, find more success and find more happiness creating content and blah, blah, blah. I just didn't feel like it was something I really needed to invest a lot of time in, because I felt like I already knew how to do it. So if I ever was ready to do it, I could, number one. And number two, I was comfortable, and I was just scared of the thought of growth and the thought of success. I know it sounds crazy, but as humans, we are programmed to kind of just be comfortable, and the thought of success is scary. And for me, that was mostly because it would require, for me to be more successful in my business would require a loss of time, like a bigger time commitment for me. Meaning, a lot of different things would require more time. Like being consistent, creating content for my brands, being consistent reaching out, and customer relations in all different fathoms on social media, email, phone, marketing, blah blah blah. And it would require me to, wake up at a certain time and clock in and get to work and produce. And that was just uncomfortable for me. Not that I didn't know how to do it and not that I couldn't make it happen, but it was just uncomfortable. And I really let the thought of losing that time that I have manifested in my life, I really was scared to lose that. So I wanted to be able to wake up and do nothing. Not that I would do nothing, because obviously I'm still running a business. So I do work, but the bare minimum. I was scared to have to work on a schedule and kind of like get into this conformity that would be required to really grow. Not that it would have to be that way forever, but to really see like a success or like a boost or an injection in your bank account, you have to put in the work and be consistent. And so I was definitely fearful of the loss of time. Another thing that I was really fearful of that hindered my growth is the loss of money. So I, come from a background of poverty, and when you grow up poor, it can be, a natural habit to hoard money. Hoarding money is not good, especially in business, because the money sitting in an account stagnant is doing nothing for you. I'm sure you guys have all heard before, you really need to invest your money, especially in business. So for me, investing, some investments that I never took the time or money to invest in, were things like with my employees. So obviously, like I said, my business is in Mexico. I'm not of Hispanic descent. I don't speak Spanish. I speak a little bit now. Obviously, over the years, I've had to learn. But when I started my business a few years ago, I spoke zero Spanish. Legit could count to 10, and that was probably about it. And I have a staff of employees who don't speak English. So there's and there still is, a huge language barrier there. And the fear of losing money by hiring somebody to work hand in hand with me who spoke Spanish and could communicate directly with the employees at the house, that was scary. So yeah, and then also like I have my own character flaws. Like I'm a little bit of a scatterbrain. I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm not gonna get into that, but I'm a little bit of a scatterbrain and a little all over the place with my thoughts and my thought process. And sometimes, I would always feel like, damn, like I wish I had a assistant, just somebody who I could kind of like dish out some tasks to, because my brain could come up with the $1 million ideas or like the things that needed to happen to get business going and boosted, but I didn't really want to be the one to have to do it. Like, again, I was just comfortable not doing it. So I really didn't take the time or the money to invest in help. I always felt like, no, it's not worth it. I have to save this money. Like, for example, let's say $2,500 a month would be a salary for an assistant or whatever. I was just like, no, I can't spend $2,500 a month. Like, I just need to get up and do it myself. But I never would. Looking back, if I would have just listened to my own instinct and hired that help and trained that girl to, have better communication with my employees, to help me market in a country where I don't speak the language, and to help me stay organized and see a lot of my thoughts into fruition, maybe I could have been a little more successful. Another thing that I really let stop me is fear of judgment. So I think it's quite natural. Well, look, the easy thing to say is I'm a boss ass bitch and I don't let anybody's opinion stop me and blah, blah, blah. But girl, let's be honest. We all think about judgment, whether it's judgment from our friends, our family, like colleagues or like other people in the industry that you're in or whatever, like just fear of judgment in general. I definitely let that stop me. And something that I really should have done and that you should definitely do is eliminate outside voices. Like literally, I don't care who it is, even if it's a mentor, your mama, your dad, your best friend, your sisters, your cousins, your uncles. It doesn't matter. Eliminate the outside voices. I truly believe, looking back, that we have these thoughts and intuitions injected into us by a higher power, by God, by spirit, by whoever you believe in, but you get that gut feeling and intuition that something, you should do something, and then you go and you ask an outside source. Like, and that outside source 9 times out of 10 is gonna project their fears into you. Their fears into you, and you're gonna take their fears and not do the thing that you said you were gonna do and that you want to do because of outside sources. And it may be that they just have the best interest for you at heart, whatever, you know what I mean, and are just trying to keep you safe or whatever. But the point is eliminate outside sources. Truly, like, there's literally nobody that knows what's best for you, your life, your business, or anything but you. Okay, like, eliminate outside sources, period. Please, girl, don't care what anybody has to say. I mean, I know everybody says that, and it's so easy to say, like, oh, don't care about what anybody else says or thinks of you, but you literally can't, okay? Because you would be, like, literally flabbergasted to know that nobody gives a fuck, truly, at the end of the day, what you end up doing, because everybody has their own problems, okay? So you had a conversation with somebody when you were inspired and happy, and they popped your bubble or projected their own fears onto you, and you didn't do the thing that you said you were gonna do. Looking back at it, they don't give a fuck. Like, they don't care that you didn't do it. They're still moving on with their life, and they wouldn't care if you did do it, even if they, had something to say about it while you were doing it, made fun of you or talked shit about you, like as if you don't know what you're doing or blah blah blah. At the end of the day, they're gonna get over it and move on with their life, and you're gonna be sitting there without that progress that you wanted to make before you asked for advice or opinions from them. So please eliminate outside sources. Trust yourself, trust your gut, and if you do need any guidance, talk to God, okay? Please, not nobody else. So that's something that I did a lot in my 20s. I did talk to a lot of outside sources, and like I said, everybody has the best interest at heart for you, I'm sure, and for me, I'm sure, but going forward in my 30s, I'm not asking for anybody's advice. I'm gonna go with my instinct, and I'm gonna talk to God about it if I do need some advice, or if I want some guidance or some clarity on a topic or on a subject or whatever. But the last thing that I want to close off with is, if you ever have had a desire to start a business of any sort, please don't let fear stop you from doing it, okay? I've stumbled completely along the way of my growth in business. It has been scary. I mean, I opened a business in a country where I don't speak the language, where I don't live. I have expanded to Miami, and I basically moved to Miami for a year to run my business there. I have been lied to, beat up, kicked, freaking stolen from. I've been done completely dirty in business, and I've learned nothing but lessons, and that will be the same journey for you. No matter what industry you're in, you're going to go through the mud, but you will come out on top if you stay consistent, persistent, and just follow your gut and don't let fear stop you. Recognize the fear when it comes, because as humans, I believe that all of our actions and things are based on one of two emotions: fear and love. That is the root of every move you make, every decision, every thought. Everything has a sponsoring thought of either fear or love, okay? That's a loaded topic. I'm not going to really get into that right now, but we have been bred to operate in fear, not to operate through love. So that's something that I plan on working on a lot this year. My new decade, I'm 30. The baby just woke up, so I gotta hurry up. But operating and moving with love over fear in business, life, love, everything. And you'd be surprised at how happy you truly can become. You'd be surprised at how much of a great business you truly can build, how much money you have the potential to make, and the life and living life to its fullest potential, living your life to your fullest potential, seeing your dreams come to fruition. Girl, you deserve it. I deserve it. She deserves it. He deserves it. Everybody deserves it. And everybody has been given the gifts and the tools and the resources necessary to make that happen. But most of us are just letting fear stop us from tapping into any of those resources. So anyways, I gotta go, and I hope I wasn't too scatterbrained with this because this was a super random video. I just had it on my heart to talk about fear. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know of any other videos you may be interested in me making. I'm so happy that I was able to at least get the idea of fear out there, because I know it's stopping you, because it stopped me for so long. And I swear to God, I wouldn't be where I am today if I would have let it cripple me. Okay, it might have knocked me down and broke my leg, and I might have stumbled and freaking limped up the way or along the way, but I didn't let it cripple me completely. But it definitely has hindered me and kept me very stagnant in life, and I don't want that to be the case for you. So I got to go because my baby's crying. But say bye, YouTube. Bye, guys.